Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Desire the Fire podcast.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Actually, we've been on a roll these last couple of weeks, huh? We've been able to record
This is the shortest between podcasts we've recorded, I think.
And I think we're going to work a lot more on getting that consistent, which is good. Progress is always good.
Yes.
Hey, but we have been getting feedback on the podcast and the show. I don't know if you know. Yeah, dude. We have a number of fans out there, too, which is pretty cool.
Are they all Korean?
Yes.
Shout out to the Koreans out there.
No, but I was checking the stats and stuff like that. We've been getting a world level attention. Just kidding, but I don't want to push. I don't want to butter.
They check us out for like 30 seconds and then they leave.
Yeah, but for sure, if you're checking us out from outside of the States, we appreciate you very much.
We appreciate it.
We wonder if you can really understand what we're saying, because we can barely understand what we're saying sometimes.
All the time.
But no, for sure, it's been good recording, and hey, it's possible. Thank goodness to modern technology, huh?
We are in Skype Lite Studios.
Skype Lite. So are we sponsored by Skype in doing this then?
I don't know if we're allowed to say that they're our sponsor. Isn't that like defamation or something?
We probably bring their name down a little bit by saying that we're part of the podcast or whatever. But no, for sure. Yeah, we do have one of my students at UCSD is a fan, and he asked me to give him a shout out. So you could give me crap about this later, but Chongo, thank you for following. He legitly laughs at our podcast, and like, I don't know how.
Hey, Daniel. Why don't you ever shout me out whenever you're doing announcements and stuff?
In the middle of a conference in front of thousands of people.
Dude, this is like this is the middle of a podcast with thousands of people listening.
But we're representing our own brand here, so it doesn't matter.
I'm still butthurt.
I'll have it like written very small on my forehead. Shout out to Andrew. And then if you screen capture it and like really zoom in on my forehead, then you'll be able to see it then.
Shout out to Chandler?
Yeah, it'll say shout out to Chandler on my forehead.
Okay.
Right above my left eyebrow.
Oh my gosh.
And if you can't see it, it just means your computer sucks.
No, that's a cop out.
I'm just kidding.
But shout out to Chungho? Chungho.
Yeah, thank you for listening. He asked me to give him a shout out last night.
We'll shout you out every episode that we record today.
For sure.
Which is
he even likes our podcast. Like, he shared it on our campus page.
Oh, really? Are you serious?
Yeah, but nobody liked it.
It was one of those. It was the desolate post.
It's one of those it's the uncomfortable post that unfortunately you got caught looking at it, because you know how like on Facebook it shows whether a post is seen or not.
Yeah.
So you got caught looking at it like, oh crap, dang it. But I'm not gonna like this to acknowledge that I've interacted with this in any way.
Dang, you're jacked up.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's what it is.
I'm just playing. So you're never mind. Let's move on from there.
Okay.
So how is it going, Daniel?
It's been it's nice down here. I live in a retirement community. People come here to retire.
Dude, man, you live in a freaking nice neighborhood then. Retired people are rich people because they don't have to work. They already have money.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I live like 30 minutes away from that too.
Is it quiet?
No, for sure. I'm probably the loudest guy here.
I mean, is it quiet? Like, oh, it is.
Like the ambiance of the neighborhood and stuff?
Yeah, have you gotten a noise complaint yet?
No. It's like, like my last place I was living at, they were having parties like every other day. Like, different person on every floor, but...
Do you wear your Raiders jersey walking around the retirement community?
I actually don't, because I just don't want to start unnecessary tension. So here's the thing. Whenever I go up to LA, I'll wear it like with a passion, almost religiously. But, down here, just trying to be respectful to the neighbors and stuff. But,
that's hilarious.
Well, as you know, we're both trying to get ready for missions, and I'm heading out in like a week. I'm kind of anxious about that.
Dude, Daniel, so where are you going?
I'm actually going to Laos.
You are?
Yeah, and it's funny because the only thing I know about Laos is, remember that character from King of the Hill?
I didn't watch King of the Hill. You are a redneck hippie.
No, that show's really funny, dude. But there's a character by the name of Khan, and he's like this random Asian neighbor that moves in as the series is getting started, right? and like they're asking like, what kind of Asian are you? And I'm like, and dude's like, I'm Laotian. And everyone's like, what ocean? You know, like,
Ocean.
you know, because yeah, like you said, it's like a hillbilly town and stuff like that. No, but like I knew absolutely jack about the country, but I'm hoping to not let that hinder the gospel in any way. You know?
Are you Actually, I'm gonna call you from now on Daniel Pike
Pike? Why?
because you're freaking white.
I'm like Hispanic.
You are
I'm
bad
white.
to the geen.
Peggy. You know, my last name does mean white, so I guess it makes sense.
Oh, Daniel. Then we'll just call you Daniel White.
DW.
DW.
No, but on the real side, I think it's cool because this year both of us are going on missions too, and you're doing a
Yeah,
very
dude.
different one.
It
yeah.
doesn't feel like I'm going to missions. I'm going to missions in like 2.5 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Oh, where are you heading out to?
We're headed to El Salvador, so that's gonna be a little bit different. It's Central America.
Mm-hmm. Actually, my old college roommate before I became Christian was an El Salvadorian, and we used to call him Mexican on accident all the time, and he would get so pissed off.
Yeah, everybody in like Central America and South America don't like to be called Mexican.
Well, I mean, nobody wants to be called anything outside of what they actually are. So
Like if we called you Chinese,
yeah, it's like no, you
or
know.
if we called you white.
Did you ever have this growing up where like people would ask you what kind of Asian you are and you're like Korean and they're like, so is that in China or Japan?
No, it's always South Korea or North Korea.
Oh, you guys. Oh, I guess you grew up in more of a Korean community, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, my friends were always
kinda.
like, is that in China or in Japan?
Is that in China or in Japan?
Korea didn't even exist for a while.
What is that? Like a city in China? It's called Korea.
People are making up a new people group. You know, like
Oh my.
yeah. But anyway, so you're going to El Salvador, and this is a very different mission from what we're doing, right? Or for what I'm doing.
Yeah, dude. It's the first time I'm doing something other than kind of like witnessing kind of focus.
Like straight up evangelism and stuff, right?
Straight up evangelism, yeah.
Right,
I
right.
think we're actually going to dig a well in a village that we have no idea which one because they will assign it once we get there.
Oh, so you guys don't even know where you're going right now.
In El Salvador, we don't know where we're going at all actually.
So they might just take you into like a tribal community, and you guys might not be able to communicate with them at all. And
It's funny. So
with
the
big shows.
organization that we go with is Living Water International, so LWI. You can check them out on water.cc.
is this the
And-
water company that sells the? No, that's Smart Water. My bad.
No, it's
Starbucks.
not like Ethos. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah,
Ethos,
Ethos,
Water.
yeah,
They got caught for not actually giving back their promise or whatever.
Oh, what they were? So it was a scam, or it's just not
I don't
properly
know.
advertised?
I feel like they got fined or something. It's like Tom's for a while. Tom's wasn't giving back or whatever.
Really,
Yeah,
I did not know that.
but
I'm gonna go burn my
Yeah,
Tom
so-
shoes now.
you have Tom's?
Actually, you know how it's a plus
No,
one
no, no,
company?
not actually.
So no.
You have Tom's?
Well, I'm the plus one. You know, like you buy one and then it's a plus one to another person.
No.
I was that plus one where they gave it
You
to
don't.
me.
That happens?
No, I'm just kidding. Someone gave it to
Well,
me. As a-
yeah, I was gonna say.
It was a hand me down. Or someone didn't want those shoes anymore, and so they just dumped like 4 or 5 pairs on me.
Do you wear it with socks?
You know, I didn't, but I haven't worn them since, and I haven't worn them in like 4 years. So it's been a while. No, but
You're just denying it. You're denying the fact that you did.
okay. No, I'm not gonna die. I really wanted these shoes, dude. They're like trendy.
You wanted these
I haven't been
shoes?
able to have like trendy
Okay.
stuff in a while, so you know it's pretty
Okay.
cool.
Okay, we're not talking about Tom's anymore. No more Tom's.
How about the coffee instead then? Tom and
What
Tom's.
coffee?
I'm just kidding.
What? What's that?
You don't know Tom and Tom's?
Oh my gosh, is that the Korean brand?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh, dude, no more of these references. All right, so Living Water International has already completed over 15,000 projects where they've dug wells. Not every single well is successful. So what they do is they have a list of villages that have actually requested for wells to be dug, and basically the organization goes into the village and they talk to the elders, and they talk with them and they're like, hey, where do you think the water supply is? Was there a well in this village before? Where was that located? And also they have I don't know if it's geologists, but they go out and they survey the land to see what would be the best place to start drilling.
So you guys don't use those 2 stick thingies to try to find like water sources all over the place?
Dude, Daniel White, that is a tool made by your compadres.
My compadres.
Yes.
Supposedly, so I saw this National Geographic thing or like some kind of a science program. It was at school.
Why do you watch these weird
No,
stuff,
this was
man?
at school when I was in high school and stuff, and like it's
You
not
watch
studying.
weird stuff.
No, but they were doing like these like quote unquote like no, there's no quote unquote to it like supposed like non-scientific methods of finding things, right? And so they did a segment on those 2 stick thingies that they used to you know what I'm talking about though, the 2 stick thingies.
Yes, I know. They
and
also
you're walking
use
around
that.
And if they cross with each other, that's like
they
water.
also use that for to detect ghosts.
Hey, this is science, man. It's not superstition here.
I saw a Korean show where this guy was trying to find ghosts, and he walked into like a haunted house, and he had these 2 metal prongs, and then when they crossed, it meant that there was something there.
That's the same way of finding water. Maybe the ghost leads you to water.
Oh my gosh! What is this? A kappa? A freaking water ghost? A water demon?
Japanese like turtle demon reference.
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, so I'm not even gonna reference my other water thing, but so basically, they go in. We go as a team, and they're so good with it. They have all the equipment. They have staff, and they go in. They teach you how to drill the well, and you do it for like a week, and it takes a couple days. So we have a hygiene team. So not everybody on our team's digging the well. Mm-hmm. So most of the girls are doing like hygiene, and they're going to do like, I don't know if they're doing medicine, but they're going to go and teach proper hygiene, go talk to the people, interact with the village. Most of the guys, it was funny because most of our team was all men. So I called us Man Salvador, mm-hmm. But we got some girls, so it's not Man Salvador anymore. But we actually, we're going to dig the well. One person's going to operate the machine, which is basically like I don't know what it looks like, but it's supposed to force water into like a hole that just bat, and it basically shoves it into the earth. And then we just have to dig, and the water forces all the dirt out. So all the rest of the guys are just scooping up the dirt and just taking it out. And it just happens for like, I don't know, like a week or something. And once we get down to where the water's supposed to be, we either find it or we don't. And if we don't find it, then we put a sign in the ground that says, we dug here, and the date and our group name.
Oh, okay. So there is some kind of like evidence and record of like...
Yeah, so they don't dig there again.
Right.
But yeah, they have a pretty high track record of finding water, so there's a big possibility that we don't, but it just leads the way to finding water eventually.
Mm-hmm. Well, how did your church get connected to this? Is your pastor a part of this, or
yeah, our pastor actually went to El Salvador before, and he's done it before, and he's gone through it, and he just had a great experience with them, and he thought our pastor actually really has a passion for like water, and like he actually talks about wanting to try to set up a company that is similar to Ethos, I guess, but gets water to the places that doesn't have a lot of drinking water.
I guess he can never go on our podcast then, huh? Because
we burn it, we evaporate all the water.
You probably put our fire out more than anything else. Dude.
Oh, you'll put our fire out. It's the reverse. Yeah, but yeah, he's the one that really had the passion for it, and he taught us about basically he taught us in Living Water LWI actually teaches about water poverty, and people out there just don't have water, and I think 748 million people don't have access to clean water like on the regular. And on their website it says 748 million people to demonstrate the love of Christ, which is going there and helping them out.
Right. So,
But
have you
yeah,
ever
go
been
ahead.
out to any of these communities that didn't have water before? And do you know what it's like out there at all?
I went to Cambodia, and the one time that strikes me that I remember is I was in Cambodia when I was in like 10th grade, and we ended up going to a leper village, and I don't think they had much water, so there were kids and there were people just walking around, and then I don't know why someone gave them the water, and then they just started drinking it, and it was like dripping all over their faces and down their stomach and stuff, and then we just started handing out water, and that's when like they literally chugged down a liter of water as I just stared at them, and I'm like, dang, this is crazy. Like we drink, like I was notorious for this during vacation, but I would drink a sip out of my water bottle, and then I would put it down and lose it, quote unquote. And they amassed like a good 8 to 10 bottles of not drunk water, and they all came to a unanimous conclusion that they all drank their water and I didn't, which it was me. But yeah,
That's a lot of water, though, dude.
yeah, and there's a lot of Gatorade. I just didn't really finish it.
Well, I guess it's one of those things where, like, you know how your parents are always telling you when you're growing up, if you leave food on your plate, think about the starving kids in Africa.
Oh my gosh.
Well, now you get to actually see it for yourself, and you don't have to think about it.
Oh my
and
gosh. That's
hopefully, it'll
funny.
just like traumatize you forever.
Oh my gosh.
And now you could later on, you could tell your own kids, think about the waterless folk in El Salvador, and like you could, if they're like, oh, I don't care about them, then you could just like force them to watch these pictures that you all took and stuff.
You're funny. But yeah, I think we learned a lot. Is it alright if I share about like some of the things that I learned about this water poverty thing? This is the first time I've ever heard about water poverty.
Dude, this is your podcast. Go for it.
So, water poverty, obviously, people don't have water. And one of the exercises that we did as a mission team was we went, I forgot how many miles it was. I should have written it down, but I think it was like 2 point something or 3 point something miles from one place to another, which is the average distance between where a person lives and the water supply. And we basically took paint buckets, and which is about 5 gallons is about how much a person brings back home to drink water.
5 gallons is
And-
like those big Sparklets bottles.
Yeah, I forgot what it was. It was just a big paint bucket. And we went to the local park, filled it up, and brought it back. Of course, we didn't fill it all the way up because we're not conditioned to do so. But that was literally, I don't think I've worked so hard for water. And while you're going, you're like splashing water out, and like you're spilling it, and it's not like, it's not working. After like a group of like 10 people, we filled up like 2.5 buckets of paint, like those big paint buckets.
And usually in these other villages, it's not always the men that carry the water back, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's the female and the children.
So basically, you're weaker than a girl.
Wow.
Just kidding. I probably couldn't do it either. No, the reason I bring it up is because I was out there in a community that was like that when I went to missions in Mongo. And the women are like way stronger than all the guys on our team.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah,
And-
I give him props.
Yeah, there's no visible muscle there, but man, they could like throw us. Like literally, they
throw
threw one of our
us.
members when we were wrestling and stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I mean, like, yeah, sometimes we take a lot of, we city folk, we're very weak people. Even the farmers
Oh
in
my
America
gosh,
think
dude.
we're a bunch of pansies too. So
I was scootering, and because I was hitting the brake, grabbing the brake too much with my left hand, my left hand was sore.
oh, you mean
The
when you
day
were in
after.
Hawaii?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, scooting. How do you brake with the hand? And I realized you're talking about the motorized ones,
And
right?
yeah, my hands are meant for typing and mouse clicking. They're very precise when it comes down to it. I don't do heavy labor.
Right. I mean, you do some crazy stuff with it too. Do you still play the bass?
No, I play. I've been playing electric actually.
Oh, what the heck? You've abandoned your roots.
What, dude? I haven't played bass since I was in like. I don't even remember the last time I really played bass.
Do you know? I forgot what social network it was, but one of your things listed you on your profile as a for as a bass guitar tutor that you've been playing for like 8 years and stuff like that. You're tutoring for 8 years.
I don't remember.
I remember seeing this.
I remember that. I don't remember where.
Yeah, I remember it made such a strong impression because that was the year we were on the praise team together and I was trying to learn the bass. I'm like, freak, I could have just learned from you instead of trying to figure this out on my own.
I did. Yeah, I taught a couple of people. But yeah, that instrument was the first instrument I learned. But moving back to water poverty.
Well, what was that again? No, I'm just kidding.
So these people don't have. So we basically spent half a day getting water back.
For sure.
And I don't think like for us, we just turn on the faucet, turn on any faucet, the hose, and we get water. But that really, the amount of water that we brought back was the average amount that someone uses for a shower in America. And I think, I don't know, after that, it did really change the way that I viewed water. But when there's like a lack of water, we learned that affects health, sanitation, and obviously we use water to wash our hands. Do you wash your hands after you go to the restroom?
I never wash my hands.
You never do.
Like even now. Like
I'm glad you're saving all that water, but
I kind of go primitive with it. You know how cats wash their hands with their tongue?
Are you? You're disgusting. You're disgusting. This is why we call you Hypotaiga.
You know, just watching your pets, what you end up doing is modeling their behavior. And one day I just decided to start cleaning my hands.
Don't pets. Never mind. I thought it was supposed to be the other way around.
Oops. Well, now we know who's the boss in our house.
Oh, your cat. Your cat.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but we read an article about how it affects sanitation and like teachers that have like there was like a teacher that had a passion to go teach in these villages, but because there wasn't water at the village, they couldn't teach. One, because the students wouldn't sit down in their seats, or they wouldn't come to school because they have to help get water. And the other thing is the teachers keep getting sick because they don't have drinking water. And the other thing is it's just a lot of crazy things affect water. It's a basic necessity.
Right. So because the basics aren't set, you can't improve in your way of life.
Yeah, you can't go to school.
Right. There's a psychology concept called Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it basically touches base on that very same thing, like shelter and food and all these different things. And yeah, I guess a lot of these people don't even have that, huh?
Yeah, so it's just a crazy thing that I never thought of. Like, of all the things that you like take for granted, I think breathing is one, and then water is the other. To the point where in America, like there's a lot of times when you just don't drink water for a week. You know, you drink like soda, juice, I don't know, whatever you want, because you feel like you're wasting your time drinking water. Might as well drink something that tastes different.
Two birds with one stone. You're quenching your thirst and getting a flavor.
You're enjoying it. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hitting me now. Thinking about it again. El Salvador's happening. We have the thing about missions that I really enjoy. Whenever you go to these countries, you stay at the nicest places for some reason. And we have a beach house. Supposedly that's where they have headquarters, like where we sleep.
Cool.
So after a day of muddy just digging, I'm just gonna run into the ocean, and that will be my shower.
That's disgusting.
Actually, that'll be my pre-shower, but you know what I'm saying.
At least you don't lick your hands with to clean them.
Call me disgusting.
Well, since this has become the water podcast, let's just rename this particular episode to the Desire the Water podcast. Just kidding.
Desire the Aqua.
No,
we were the Water Treaders. Maybe this will be the Water Treader podcast.
We'll just change the name for one episode.
Oh man, but yeah, dude, what's going on with just prep? How you doing, like spiritually? Where has God been taking you? The week before missions, I feel like is one of the places where it's you start getting anxiety sometimes, or like excited anxiety.
It's a little bit of both, but one of the things with us this year is that so many things that could go wrong have been going wrong.
Oh my gosh.
That, instead of going like, oh, I just want to get there already, that kind of thing, it's like, I've learned to take it a little differently this year. this is all missions right now, and what I kind of felt like was that this is just that. Let's see. Oh, dude, you asked such a random. You asked this question out of order, man. I wasn't ready for this.
I know, but we skipped the first part of our outline, so I'm going back to it.
Well, for me, what it is I didn't want to go to the mission field and just come back and then another 3 weeks spent, because this time around, my wife's gonna be at home. I'm gonna be out of the country and out of the house for a good 5 weeks, and these mission trips are getting harder and harder. When I was single, it didn't matter. I could just go, bye mom, bye dad, I'll come back in next year, and they're like, okay, see you next year.
Adventure!
But now it's you have a family, your time it's not your own anymore as much as it used to be, and with all that too, I wanted to make this missions really mean something. And so I think in a way God's really been teaching me to do that before I've actually gone. Just a quick example, a couple of weeks ago my car got towed, and what sucks is you're trying to raise funds, but stuff like this always happens where your income is always minus instead of a plus, and so instead of raising the however set amount, you need to raise a little more than that just to cover parking tickets or whatever it is. And the thing is, my car got towed because they put up a sign essentially overnight that your car had to be moved, and I got out there 3 hours later and what the heck, my car's gone. And
my gosh,
it could have been the most frustrating thing. But even before anything else, I remember having a Bible study with one of my disciples earlier the week, and we talked about let's learn to give thanks in a difficult circumstance, because that's a great expression of faith. And it was a long, arduous process. Basically, long story short, it took 2 days, and it cost about $300. But
2 days to get your car back?
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened.
Oh my gosh.
It was registered under my dad's name. He lives in LA. I needed to drive up to LA to get what was it?
Proof of whatever?
Yeah, a notary signature to release the...
Man, they were being jerks about it.
Well, it's just, they're just doing their job, and because it's such a high stress thing, I'm sure they've gotten a lot of crap from a lot of people.
Yeah, dude, I got towed before, and they ended up being nice about it, even though they were jerks towing it by the way they did it. But they let me my parents faxed their driver's license over.
Oh, yeah, they were asking for a notarized letter, so I had to kind of drive all the way up.
Oh my gosh,
it's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, it did cost $300, but imagine if I had spent that $300 towards missions without learning this great lesson of Thanksgiving in difficult circumstances,
Yeah.
And so, for me, that's mission prep too, and it was a $300 seminary course that I took to be able to go on the missions in the right setting.
$300 experience seminary course.
Yeah, it's a seminar type of thing that I take just to get myself ready. So, I mean, all in all, there's been a lot of that. It's not just me. The rest of my team has been going through big spiritual battles here and there. And because it's just been such a long, arduous process of it, going to the mission field, this anxiety thing, I mean, a lot of problems that I haven't been resolved just yet, but we serve a bigger God than my problems, right? So try not to stress too much. And then there are times where it just kind of peaks, and I just need a breather for a little bit and just kind of get away from myself and my things. And so I've been going on the computer and just messing around, playing games.
Hearthstone?
No.
What do you mean no?
I don't know what that is. Are you talking about fireplace?
Fireplace?
Fancy medieval way of referring to your fireplace?
Of course.
But yeah, missions for us is always the same thing. It's just going out there and evangelizing on college campuses. And so, yeah.
Do you know which campuses you're going to? Are you going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all of them?
Well, we only have 8 members, and I think what's going to happen is the second week that we're there, the second out of 3 weeks, the native staff aren't going to be there.
Wow.
They're going to a conference that...
They're chill. See you guys.
Yeah, well, you have to understand, Laos wasn't the original plan for us either. We were supposed to go to Cambodia, but because they kind of took us last minute with that too. It just kind of, we're trying to be flexible with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen that week?
I think, well, we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing, and so like English classes and
So
going out
it's
there.
good. So they're gonna set you guys up and somehow figure out the last week.
Yeah, yeah. And apparently, like the school we're going to, they speak a good amount of English, so
Yeah.
it's doable. You know, we're not necessarily going out there and like good luck, but it's
That's
like a
pretty
viable thing.
exciting. God will lead you guys.
Yeah, like he's been. So you know, it's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have a pretty big team though. 8 people is not small. What's the biggest team you've been? Well, actually, you were part of like a mega team before, like 20 something people, weren't you?
My average teams were about 16 people, so this is a
Really?
small team for me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Usually, the reason being, I go to countries where there's only like one team that goes, and that's my team.
Oh,
You know, so like it's kind of like a saturated population.
it's your team.
Yeah.
Just your team.
What accent is that?
I don't know. It's like dubstep voice radio DJ with southern accent.
Can you put like an effect on your voice after when
No,
we're editing this?
no.
Not that we ever edit this. Just kidding. We really don't though.
Maybe one day.
You and I, we
maybe,
just don't have the time for that. But yeah,
maybe on the 50th episode,
like a special 50
special 50.
or our season opener in season 2.
Season opener and season. So we're rounding out our one season should be 20 episodes, right?
Yes.
So this is episode 15.
Right. So we've got 5 episodes left to this season. We've got a lot
Right.
in store coming up. We got some good
And
plans.
we should be rounded out with this season by the end of this summer.
Yes.
And then we're taking a break.
Yes.
And we're going to figure out what we're doing with this.
Not because we're tired of this, but we want to make this that much better.
Exactly. We want to desire the flame.
Yeah. Hey, okay, yeah, so I think that's about it for today, right? Is there anything else major we missed?
No, yeah, we're good. We're
For
good.
sure. Then do you want to go ahead and close in the last passage of scripture?
So the passage of scripture is the Great Commission passage. Shoot, where is this from again?
Matthew 28, 18 to 20.
Yeah,
Oh no, it looks like you got 16 to 20 here.
16 to 20. You would know. I should know this.
You should.
Now the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain to which Jesus had directed them. And when they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. Jesus came and said to them, "All authority in heaven and earth and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always to the end of the age."
Amen.
That's so CCC. Actually, we shouldn't say that. We should be bleep that out.
Are you going to edit that?
I don't know. I was saying, I don't know what I was. Yeah. So, if
That
you
threw
like
you
what
off
you
your
listen to, if you like what you listen today, go ahead and rate our podcast on iTunes 5 stars, and whoever rates this podcast 5 stars, Daniel will write you a haiku.
Oh my gosh. Did you
About
did you go back and listen to that episode
you.
that we're talking about? The haikus.
No one has rated our podcast except Dan Kim. You know Dan Kim?
Mm-hmm.
Dan Kim.
Our buddy Dan Kim.
Our buddy Dan Kim.
If you are from a federal office, disregard that name.
He kind of looks uncannily like Sam, but he's just Dan Kim. Also on Stitcher, if you don't have access to iTunes, go ahead and give us 5 stars, leave feedback. If you watch us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to us and like our video. Also comment on our video and tag every single person that you know on our Facebook page. So you should like that before you actually tag all your friends on it. We should be having some posts go up there with some insightful discussions. We'd love to hear from you guys. So go ahead and visit us at Desire the Fire Podcast, I think on Facebook, and join in on the discussion. So by the time this goes up, we should have something going.
Were you reading a script or something right now?
No, man, I just made that up. I'm pretty good, huh? No, I was just rambling.
Yes. Yes. You know, do they do that around you guys? Like different
Who's
ways to say
they?
yes? Like, do people say that around you? You know, instead of just saying yes, yes, there's like yas and yes and.
I think this is because you're on college kids so much. I've never heard of this concept before.
Yas.
This is so something out of college.
You know, I have to look up Urban Dictionary a lot these days.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So what's one word that you had to look up Urban Dictionary?
Do you know what TIL is?
TIL. I looked this up 5 times actually on Urban Dictionary because I didn't know what it was. And I'm like, oh, every single time and I forget.
This is like Reddit language right here. So you know Reddit, right? It's like today I learned.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So I'm
Today
like,
I
what the heck
learned.
is till? Is that like until this happens? And like it didn't make any sense, but today I learned. So anyone who's old and out of touch with the youth these days, TIL stands for Today I Learned.
And then there's SMH, which I had to look up, and then there's TFTI.
Oh, do you know what FOMO is? FOMO.
FOMO. What is this? Who makes these things up?
You don't know FOMO? This is actually been on sports commercials. I thought you'd have known this.
FOMO, no.
So there's FOMO F for football, and then FOMO B for basketball, I guess. But FOMO is fear of missing out.
FOMO F. So FOMOF?
Fear of missing out on football. Yeah, stuff like that.
Why is that even a thing?
Because, you know, like crazy stuff happen. Like sports, I feel like you would appreciate this more than anything.
Gosh, I'm freaking 27 years old and I'm losing touch with society and I really don't care anymore. Ha 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 ha.
This has been the story of your life, bro.
This has kind of been the story of my life. How did you know? I'm sitting over here making my own language.
Sounds like you're losing touch with yourself now.
Losing with myself.
Derp.
What's that mean?
I don't know which word to use, and I kind of lost myself in the middle of the sentence.
All right, Daniel. So we're gonna actually try to touch base before you leave, but do we have a surprise episode coming out?
Maybe.
So if you stay tuned to your podcast channels at Desire the Fire and keep us subscribed and listen to us every time it comes out and tell all your friends about it, there may be a special episode that comes out. We might be teasing special episode for the next 50 episodes.
We're naming this episode "Raining on My Parade."
What? Why?
Because all you did is talk about water today, and it was supposed to be about my mission experience, and you rained on my parade.
Oh my gosh!
All right,
can't believe
everybody.
this.
Follow
I
us
can't
on
believe
Twitter.
this. I can't believe this.
You can follow Chandler at Boom Chandler and myself at SuperNan0. And,
Don't follow me. Don't follow me.
You can flood your hate on Chandler.
I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block you on Twitter because too many Turkish things are happening.
I'm getting ready for missions.
You've been getting ready for missions for the past year.
I've purged my Twitter account of all the foreign interference.
I think we talked about this last time.
Yes. Yes.
All right, guys. What is it? What's our tagline again?
Keep the fire burning, everybody.
Yeah. See you guys later.
Adios.
Bye.